In the previous video, I mentioned that these belts were not up to my standard. I'm going to explain to you why. Now, rewind. I've made belts for years now. The design that I made previously. You can see it's hand stitched. These belts took a lot longer to make and they were more expensive. And also they were creased as well. I've always had oval holes with my belts because I do not like round holes, because when the thing goes through, you don't stretch that hole. So I've always liked oval holes compared to round holes. When it comes to thicknesses of belts, I'm very particular about thicknesses. I like about 4.5 upwards. This one's 4.6, this one goes up to 5mm. Again, same design, just different color. But these are two different leathers, both from England. Now onto these belts here. These ones are obviously a bit more wider, 1.5 inches. These are 1.25 inches. I'm gonna have both in both sizes. But anyway, the obvious is the Chicago screws. And the reason for Chicago screws is much more cheaper compared to hand stitching, which means it brings down the prices for you. And also there's no crease line on the belt, it's just plain. I've also kept the oval holes. But there are things I do not like about this belt. One is the thickness. This is like 3.5mm thick and it's very noticeable when you wear it. It just feels way too thin when I place this around my waist. Whereas when I place this one around my waist, you can just the 4.5mm, you can just feel, it just feels a lot more thicker. So that is a big thing for me. That these are 3.5, it's just too thin. Another thing is I don't like when you bevel the edges. So what you do, you take the edge off. I feel like I use a number 3 edge beveler. It just takes too much off, so I should go down to a number 2. But also, I'm thinking of changing this leather. Also, the keepers are different thicknesses, as you can see. I'm tossing up whether this could go back to the thicker one compared to the thinner one. But the only thing is with the thicker one, is obviously if you have it full thickness, this piece here is going to obviously go more higher to go over it. That's one thing I have to look into a bit more. But I'm thinking of changing this leather to an American leather, and also a thicker leather as well. Actually, another thing I do need to change is these buckles. Well, I got these buckles from England. I only have a limited amount of them, and I'm not sure if they actually make that size anymore. I think they make the smaller size, but not the larger size. So eventually those buckles are going to change, but I'm going to just sell out what I have because they are really good buckles. But that is some of the reasons why I don't like this belt, and it's annoying because with prototypes, you obviously have to spend money to fail. So normally what you can do, you can actually, if you buy from a leather supplier, you can actually just buy the belt blank like this. Actually, I could buy some belt blanks in the leather that I want to use, but they'll be a bit more thinner. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Also, actually no, these Chicago screws as well. When it comes to Chicago screws, the post needs to be like smaller than the thickness of the leather sort of thing. So it has to because obviously when the screw goes in, it needs to attach. So you don't want the post to be sticking out. This has been thinned, this buckle part. These ones are moving, so I'll probably have to get other Chicago screws. So that is where I'm at with all this.